everyone, I'm Dr. Pooja Sharma from Team Pacer, and today we are going to talk about an interesting topic, which is understanding patient centricity, the principal reason why Pacer was created. Now let's talk about, Rahul, his journey in a clinical trial. So first, if he comes to know that there's a clinical trial for his disease, maybe if he's a type 1 diabetic, he is looking for a new device to monitor his sugars. He hears that there is this new device that is being tested. He wants to find out more. He talks to his doctor. He looks at the CTRI website, and the CTRI website is a good place to find out a new clinical trial. In case you don't know what the CTRI website is, I would recommend that you go and see our video on how to find the right fit clinical trial for you through the Clinical Trial Registry of India. He can then ask questions to the doctor about safety, side effects, what will happen to him when he participates. The doctor explains all this clearly, his family's questions clearly. Now Rahul feels confident in participating in a clinical trial. He feels that his voice has been heard. This is patient centricity in action. Patient centricity means that doctors, researchers, and the patients all listen to each other. So the voice of the patient is heard, the needs and choice of the patient is heard, and medical care is defined around what fits you. Not only your disease, it also needs to fit around your lifestyle, around what your expectations from your disease are. In research, there are two ways that this is done. One called the patient-oriented evidence that matters. That means finding out evidence that really matters to you, or patient-reported outcomes, which is patients' outcomes that are reported by patients. Now, because patient is the reason why research and innovation is being done, it's very important that your voice is heard very clearly and that you know how to present your voice. It's important to know that when you join a clinical trial, you are not just a subject. You are now a partner, because not only are you working to improve your own health through this trial, but you're also helping shape better treatment for so many other people. So nothing in this research process must be done without your knowledge or without your permission. So what is really happening in patient centricity? You have the right to ask questions. You must not be afraid or hesitate to ask any questions to the research team. If you have anything that concerns you, any practical question, when do I have to come for my next visit? Can I come after the wedding of my cousin or after the wedding? So if you have any questions, don't think that there are any small questions or big questions. Please ask the team. The research team must understand your choice. Your convenience and choice and your health should always be prioritized, however small it may be. So when the doctor or the research coordinator is asking to schedule a follow-up visit or a follow-up call, make sure you put forward your point. So don't just not come for the meeting or not come for the visit. Tell the person that I cannot come on that day because I have an exam or I have an office meeting. Can I come 2 days earlier? Can I come on Sunday? So give alternatives. Ensure that your participation is in a friendly manner with your research coordinator who is in your side, on your team. You should feel valued and safe. Your voice matters as much as your concern matters as much as the science. So while research is very important and the new drug that will help millions of people is very important, but you are the one who is actually doing or participating in the research. So your feelings, your effort, your time is also equally important. Please mention your concerns, voice your concerns to your team. Small things on patient centricity. There are elderly people sometimes who have to participate in clinical trials, suppose for a heart disease. They tell them, you ask your CRC, can you help me with transport? I have to come from a very far away. Can you send me a car? They probably will be able to coordinate. Ask for it, right? The nurses, ask them to explain things. The clinical research coordinators, ask them to explain things in simple words. Participate in it like you would participate in your own healthcare process. So practical everyday patient centricity in clinical trials means that the consent is in a simple language and you can understand it. Staff is friendly. A clinical research coordinator who asks you how you feel, not just takes your blood pressure. Clear answer to your questions. Travel reimbursements and appointments at your convenience. Should tell you what's happening in case something wrong happens and you ask. You can ask what's happening to other patients in the trial. How is this drug trial moving in the other parts of the country? You can continuously ask for updates and they should provide those to you. Your voice is your power. You can ask questions. You can ask for choices. You can tell them what is important to you. So cancer survivors have helped design clinical trials. Diabetics have helped design clinical trials. So it's very important that clinical trial participation be not only about just passively listening to what the coordinator is saying and keep doing what you are doing, even if you can't try to really hard to do it or just stop doing it. Don't do that. Participate by asking questions, by giving your options, right? They even in COVID-19 clinical research coordination teams picked up samples from home. So if you think you can't come for a sample collection, ask your coordinator, can somebody pick the sample from home? So it is important because finally these medicines are going to be used for patients like you. In case you want to know something more, please feel free to contact the PACER team. I hope you continue participation in clinical trials.